Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Warm greetings from Romania. I'm Laura Stanciu and I'm a teacher at Superior School of Commerce Nicolae Crețulescu from Bucharest. As an educator, I believe that it is very important to offer our students the best education there is in order for them to become 21st century learners. So what is the goal of education? This quote summarizes one of the problems that educators are facing today. Our real problem is, what is the goal of education? Are we forming children that are only capable of learning what is already known, or should we try developing creative and innovative minds capable of discovery from the preschool age on throughout life? Albert Einstein said that everybody is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid. We should assume that each student has the potential to be a leader, a change maker, someone who will leave an important mark upon our world, and we should treat them with kindness. We should empower them, motivate them, and acknowledge their skills and their worth. We should always try to push our students forward and to help them discover their true potential. As educators, we need to learn how to adapt our teaching process and how to move with the times. It is imperative that we prepare our students for the requirements of the 21st century. We need to keep in mind that we are preparing the leaders of tomorrow, the ones who will make this world a better place. That is why a teacher's mission is to inspire, to motivate, to help the learners discover their talents, encourage the students to reach their true potential, and empower them each and every single day so that they can become the best version of themselves. The teacher process should be learner-oriented. We must give students a purpose for their learning. So not just pass the knowledge that we have onto them. We need to tell them why they need to learn these things and how it will help them in the future. We need to prepare students for civic participation, to turn them into active citizens of tomorrow and prepare them for future life, for employment, for what they will become later on in their lives. We need to prepare them for the challenges of this century and promote a sustainable lifestyle. They should know different things about technology, how to use technology, how to be responsible, and how to take care of the planet. We should prepare students for their own personal fulfillment, because this way we will open a gateway to a bright future. Because if we offer them knowledge, we offer them power. Knowledge is power, and information is liberating. Education is the premise of progress in every society and in every family. The biggest mistake of past centuries in teaching has been to treat all students as if they were variants of the same individual, and thus to feel justified in teaching them all the same subjects the same way. Yes, each student is special. Each student has his or her own way of learning, and we need to discover how we can help them to learn better, to acquire information in a better way, and to express what they know in their own particular way. And for this, equality doesn't mean justice. Equality means that we should give the students what they need in order for them to become good learners and to be able to use their knowledge. Students have an unlimited potential. We just need to discover everything that they can do. Sometimes a student goes unnoticed because he is too quiet or too shy to show what he or she knows. And this is why we need to look at them not as children, not as young people who are still learning, but as the people they will become in the future. And we need to guide them their steps. We need to treat them as if they were what they ought to be. And we need to help them become what they are capable of becoming. Teachers have a very important mission. A teacher takes a hand, opens a mind, and touches a heart. So we need to know our students and know their needs. Each and every student is special, and we need to discover the best way of helping them study and helping them to express their voices, have their voices heard. We need to give them reasons why they should study, find what motivates them, what makes them good learners. Encourage them to use their skills. Maybe they will not all be good at math. Maybe they will not use a foreign language in a particular way, but they might have talents, and these talents need to be used, their skills. This is why we should discover what each student is good at. Because if we give them the chance to express themselves in this way, this will give them a lot of confidence. And the boost of confidence will make them great learners, will give them the motivation they need. We should give students real-life examples about how we can use the knowledge that we receive in school in day-to-day life. Communication is essential. We must keep a close connection with our students and always learn and from them what they liked about our lessons, what they disliked, what helped them in their learning process. We should create an atmosphere that motivates the students and gives them confidence. We should give them control over some of the activities, and this way give them a boost of confidence. Teach them how to learn, give them study tips. We need to develop the students' self-worth. We need to encourage them to speak up, to have their voices heard and their opinions. Teach them how to take care of themselves, because sometimes they might feel tired, they might feel like they cannot cope with everything that is offered to them in a way of knowledge. And this is why sometimes they need to take a break and discover what helps them relax. We can use motivational quotes. We can use a fun homework, such as choosing a song that describes their mood. And a good idea is to send the students home with a mission. This sort of fun homework, this sort of project that will not be too difficult and will be a really enjoyable activity. Last but not least, we need to praise our students and always acknowledge the good things that they can do. 21st century teaching methodologies are student-oriented. They are focused on questioning, demonstrating, collaborating, explained in a practical way. We should always explain everything to our students so that they understand everything that we teach them. They should be activity-based, and we ought to put emphasis on life skills. the skills that will help them in their future life. The modern teaching method is centered on the learner's intellect. It involves the students entirely in the process of learning, and the learners actively participate in the education process. The teacher only leads the students to focus on the objectives of the subject. A learner-centered approach enables students' understanding with practical exercises and experiments. It's a realistic approach. The students learn at their own pace, do their own discovering, and they appear as having the leading role in classroom interactions. Task-based or activity-based means that the students learn by doing. The teacher organizes activities or tasks. The students are involved in a practical way, and they are more motivated to complete the given tasks. It is resource-based because teachers should be resourceful. They should distribute the study materials, which should be interesting and engaging. And the students can also be encouraged to bring their own materials to the classroom to have an active contribution to the lesson. Interactive means that the students can work in groups, in pairs, and this way to gather knowledge and learn to collaborate. This way they also improve their communication skills and, of course, the life skills. They act as part of a group and they share responsibilities. Integrative means that teachers link topics of one subject to other issues and make it integrative. The learner can gain knowledge of more topics, not just one, and make connections between subjects. One of the best ways to bring the modern era into the teaching process is through gamification. Gamification in education means learning through the use of games, which is very motivating for students because it's a fun learning method. Play-based learning means that we encourage children to use their own natural curiosity to explore the world around them. And playing acts as a medium to do so. Children are naturally motivated to play. A play-based program builds on this motivation, using it as a context for learning. In this framework, children can explore, experiment, discover, and solve problems in imaginative and playful ways. They also expand their executive function skills by practicing their ability to retain information. Learning through play is a term used in education and psychology to describe how a child can learn to make sense of the world around them. Through play, children can develop their social and cognitive skills. They can mature emotionally and gain the self-confidence required to engage in new experiences and environments. As educators, we know that using students' passion to engage them in learning is critical, and kids love games. Done right, gaming and gamification can engage both intrinsic and extrinsic motivation, which is related to pleasure and fulfillment that they feel, and recognition and rewards. The gamification theory in education is that learners learn best when they are also having fun. Not only this, they also learn best when they have goals, targets, and achievements to reach for. Of course, in a way that the learner still perceives as fun. Gamification is the use of game design elements and game rules in non-game contexts. It uses a set of activities and processes to solve problems which borrow the characteristics of game elements. For example, in-game rules, such as acquiring virtual points or other currency and competing series of tasks or activities, to advance to the next level may be used in contexts other than gaming to provide fun and stimulation for the learner. Whilst typical game elements are by no means new, they have indeed become increasingly common in non-game contexts, such as websites, digital marketing, enterprise application, and even virtual to-do lists and productivity tools. And one area where gamification is highly prevalent is in education. It is through play that basic social skills like sharing and taking turns are learned and practiced. Children also bring their own language, customs, and culture into play. Involvement in play stimulates a child's drive for exploration and discovery. It also enables the child to engage in the flexible and higher level thinking processes deemed essential for the 21st century learner. These include inquiry processes of problem solving, analyzing, evaluating, applying knowledge, and creativity. Finally, play supports positive attitudes towards learning. These include imagination, curiosity, enthusiasm, and persistence. The type of learning processes and skills fostered in play cannot be replicated through traditional rote learning, where the emphasis is on remembering facts. Soft skills can be developed through cooperation. Children build language skills while developing content knowledge. Cooperative experiences provide children the opportunity to cultivate social skills, competencies, and a disposition to learn. Play also builds self-esteem. Children are most receptive to learning during play and exploration and are generally willing to persist in order to learn something new or to solve a problem. The experience of successfully working through something new or challenging helps kids gain the self-confidence required to engage in new experiences and environments. Social development. Interpersonal skills like listening, negotiating, and compromising are challenging for students of all ages. Through play, children get to practice social and language skills, think creatively, and gather information about the world through their senses. Think about the games that students come up with on their own. They are creative, often intricate, and the rules always have to be negotiated. The benefits of using gamification in the classroom are multiple. Students feel like they have ownership over their learning. A more relaxed atmosphere in regards to failure, since learners can simply try again. It's more fun in the classroom. Learning becomes visible through progress indicators. Students may uncover an intrinsic motivation for learning. Students can explore different identities through different avatars or characters. Students often are more comfortable in gaming environments, so are more proactive and open to making mistakes. Higher engagement and concentration levels among students, and the opportunity to think outside the box, because tasks are no longer just about filling in a worksheet, they are about achieving a purpose. And this interactive game was made by our students during a project. Together, they made an interactive game using a special platform. They believed that interactive content is more attractive to the young generation, and it made their message easier to understand. The aim of their online game was to explain and clarify facts and to share information about the use of plastic, about planting trees, and recycling. Each of these things became a mission for the students of our school to accomplish so they can become planet saviors. So, in using technology, they learned about the environment and also they had fun. Project-based learning is a teaching method in which students gain knowledge and skills by actively engaging in real-world and personally meaningful projects. The students work for an extended period of time to investigate and respond to an authentic, engaging, and complex question, problem, or challenge. They demonstrate their knowledge and skills by creating a product or presentation for a real audience. As a result, students develop deep content knowledge as well as critical thinking, collaboration, creativity, and communication skills. Project-based learning encourages creativity, imagination, and engagement, and gives students the chance to show their skills and abilities. Collaboration. Students learn how to work better in groups. They build positive relationships with teachers, with their peers, and also with community members, gaining insight for careers and beyond. Problem solving. Students learn how to solve problems more effectively, including real community issues, even learning from failure and possibly starting over. Creativity. Students apply creative thinking skills to innovate new product designs and possibilities for students, for projects. In-depth understanding. Students build on their research skills and deepen their learning of applied content beyond facts or memorization. Self-confidence. They find their voice and learn how to take pride in their work. Critical thinking. They learn to look at problems, asking questions, and coming up with possible solutions. Perseverance. When working on a project, students learn to manage obstacles more effectively, often learning from failure and making adjustments. Project management. Students learn how to manage assignments more efficiently. Curiosity. They get to explore their curiosities, ask questions, and form a new love for learning. And of course, what's more important than everything else, empowerment. They reflect on and celebrate their progress and accomplishments, and they are motivated to keep learning. I would like to show you some of the projects that my students took part in. And one of the most important was related to sustainable development goals. And they learned that their voices matter and they can do their best to help nature, to help the environment, and to help the people in the world by trying to accomplish the sustainable development goals. Each action matters, each thing that they do has an impact. And thus they had virtual art galleries. They made art in order to have their messages heard by the world. Through their art, they tried to express how important it is to protect Mother Nature, to recycle, to share knowledge about how we can make this world a better place for us and for the generations that will come. They had class presentations and they made art and poems on this topic. They even wrote a song trying to pass on this message. Another thing that I would like to bring to your attention is how we can use the theater in the teaching process, because role play and the theater in general has many benefits. It raises students' social awareness, improves their self-confidence, encourages their imagination, improves their memory, communication skills, and teaches them about empathy and tolerance. Theater in education can make the information easier for students to understand, to process and retain, especially complex topics that involve human emotions and interpersonal relationships. Theater provides a cognitive playground in which students can experiment with different choices and experiences the consequences of their own and others' behaviors in a safe environment. Our students had many projects and they learned how to work as a team, how to help others by donating, for example, by planting trees and by sharing knowledge. In conclusion, always remember the core competencies. Students need to learn how to use the knowledge that they receive. They need a sense of initiative and entrepreneurship. They need social and civic competencies, digital competencies, communication in foreign languages, mathematical competence, and basic competencies in science and technology, communication in their mother tongue, and cultural awareness and expression. A good teacher inspires hope, ignites imagination, and instills a love of learning. So please remember that teachers change the world one child at a time. Thank you for your attention. Let's all try through our actions as educators to empower our students and try to make this world a better place. Thank you so much.